It is time for another episode of Getting Busy, where I bring you the latest cowboy news and possibilities and possibly some rumors that need to be addressed. Really don't like much rumors, but hey, it's off season. We can do what we want. Anyway, remember, if you come in, please smash that like button, hit that share button, and go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's YouTube at Biscuit. With that being said, let's get busy. Welcome. Like I said, please hit that like button, hit that share button. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's YouTube at Biscuit. I'm trying to get it all out of here. I think I should have grabbed me something to drink before I started this, but oh well. So, hope everybody's having a good week. I know it's only Tuesday, but man, to me, it just feels like it's so long already. My God. So the Cowboys got a sneak peek into the season schedule, and we know we're going to be opening up against the Giants at New York on the first Sunday night game of the year. It just seems like they just love to open up against the Giants, man. So I don't know. Do y'all remember just a few years ago we opened up against the Giants in the rain and smashed their ass 40-0? So I'm expecting the Cowboys to win this one. By at least 2 scores. Though I have said every team in the NFC East this year had really helped themselves in the offseason. So the Giants are going to be better. I just don't think they're going to be better than the Cowboys. So get ready. Also, we have learned that we're going to be playing in Brazil, and we will be playing the Eagles on Thanksgiving. And man, I took time to I'll go on Facebook into some groups, and man, you Eagle fans were out there. Oh, the Cowboys we're 2-0 against the Cowboys, man, and we're 2-0 against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. Oh wow,
we're just going to come up and whip your ass. Yeah, because we're the lollipop kids. The lollipop kids.
Oh my God, them Eagles! You gotta love them, man. I really do love the Eagle fans. So I got nothing but love for you, and it's just we're gonna smash that ass. So just get ready. So I got to troll a little bit of the Eagles fans today, and they've been trolling the shit out of us. They learned that we're playing on Thanksgiving. Cowboys have got a pretty good record of playing on Thanksgiving, but Eagles, they say they're 2-0. They can't deny it. They are 2-0. Things change. I just remember a healthy Dak Prescott means bad news for the Eagles. Remember that. So, a lot of Cowboy Nation are really talking about our running back room. And rightfully so. I understand. I really do. And I just don't know what possibly we could do other than make a trade. According to, let's see, who is this? Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report has reported the Cowboys could be interested in trading for Alvin Kamara. I wouldn't have a problem with that because Alvin Kamara is awful nasty coming out of the backfield. Dak having somebody to dump off to with that kind of run after the catch scenario, yeah, I can go for that. What I don't like is he comes with a $10 million. I guess that's why the Saints are really wanting to get rid of him, is because it comes with a $10 million cap hit this year, so it'd have to be post June 1st, so it wouldn't hardly cost them shit. So the question is, the Cowboys does not have a lot of draft capital for next year, 2027. They gave up one of their first round draft picks next year. They were actually going to have 2 this year, 2 next year. When they got rid of when they traded Parsons. Parsons. I'll get that out in a minute. When they traded Parsons, they got 2 first round draft picks. They ended up trading one of them away, as you know, for Quinnen Williams, and so that left them with the one that they're going to keep for next year. Now, me myself, I know, Cowboys fans are going to come after me for saying this, but I would probably want to keep what we've got. I would, because I'm not jumping on that blue train this year. I just I listened to a lot of Texas fans last year, and I was intrigued. Kid that's coming out of Texas with 4.29 speed, and be the fastest running back that we've had since Tony Dorsett. That kind of, you listen to it, and they're telling you, hey, this kid is, you just give him a hole. He's the real deal. He'll go. Well, the Cowboys have got a pretty stout offensive line. I know they got some things that need to be adjusted, like the tackle positions, left and right, of course. But when the Cowboys run to the right with Terrence Steele, they absolutely maul. They get a lot of yards. So he mauls people over. It's in the passing game where he has his most problems. And far as Tyler Guyton, like I said on one of my last video, that I am Team Tyler right now. I'm Team Tyler Guyton because I just think he needs to stay healthy. When you look at some of his film on his film work, man, he's not bad. He does a lot of good things. He does some bad things because he's got to learn to keep his hands right there in front. Because when he reaches out, that's where he's going to get charged a lot of those holds. So we've got to put a stop to that. But a lot of his footwork, his bad footwork, is coming because of injury, man. So I just want him to stay healthy and give him a fair chance, because I know he may be on the hot seat. And I was just talking about it with my buddy Spartan on a TikTok panel. But I like his long arms. It reminds me of Flozell Adams. So that's what I like about Tyler Guyton. So I'm going to be Team Tyler Guyton until I think, well, okay, I've seen enough. My problem is I haven't seen enough. I have not seen enough. I've seen some good shit. I've seen him knock people just plumb out of his way. I've seen him hold the blocks up on Dak's blind side. But we got to get better. And Shoddy has called him out in this offseason that he wants him to work a little bit harder. So that tells you right there that he may be on the hot seat. But he's a first round draft pick, and there's all kinds of scenarios that we're looking at. But bottom line is the Cowboys do have a stout line. They can even move around some backups and have some guys like Nate Thomas. They can bring in Bass. They can. There's so many ways that this line can stay legit. Even if you have to move Guyton over to the right and make him a right tackle, that's where he played at in college. In Oklahoma, he played right tackle, but his quarterback was left-handed there, so he was still protecting the blind side. So it is kind of an adjustment, but not really, because he's protecting Dak's blind side, just Dak's right hand. So it's going into his 3rd season. This is the season that I think that all rookies are not rookies no more. And it's time for you to step up and be who you're going to be. So I've always said players you got to give them 3 years, especially on the offense and defensive lines. Well, obviously Booker, he came as a rookie last year, and he was just a monster. Tyler Smith as a rookie was a monster. But that's one of the scenarios we can look at the offensive line. If we have to move Guyton over to right tackle, possibly bench Steele, then we move Nate Thomas. We move Tyler Tyler Smith out to left tackle and move Bass into guard. There's scenarios we can look at. Now, I think that's one of the last scenarios we want to look at, because I have happened to talk to it with Lando a while back, and he was, and I get it. Tyler Smith is a All-Pro at left guard, so that's where and also he's the highest paid left guard, highest paid guard in the NFL. So moving to tackle would probably have to cost a little bit more money, and I'd say Guyton, step up, buddy. I got all the faith in the world in him. I think he can do it. I've seen some good stuff from him. I just think he needs to stay healthy, and and we can move forward. So and with that being said, that's why I'm saying, if we keep our line stout as it is and use the running backs that we got, because myself, I'd like to see Phil Maffa. I really would. I watched him in preseason last year. He come from Clemson. He scored like 17 touchdowns his senior year in college. Maybe it was 14. He scored a lot of touchdowns. So he's used to being a short down runner, which is going to take the heat off of Javonte Williams. And I get what we're saying, why we want to make a trade like for Alvin Kamara or somebody to bring in as a proven back who can come in and get to work, because you have to look at the scenarios. Would we want to trust the running back rooms we got if Javonte Williams goes down? And my answer to that is, who can you get a free agent if you got to make a trade, and what are you going to trade? I wouldn't give up much for Alvin Kamara. I would. He's 30 years old. He hits the Saints for a $10 million cap hit this year. So I guess that's why it has to be like a post June 1st, and so they can release him and not have to get hit that hard. So how that would affect somebody like the Cowboys, I have no idea how that works. So I'd have to look into it. I'm just learning about it right now as we speak. So myself, I would stick to what we're at, because we still got Malik Davis, and we got Phil Maffa, and we still got that Jaden Blue. Okay, now, I'm not jumping on the Jaden Blue train. He's got to show me that he wants that to be running back number 2. Maffa, I think, did show he wanted to be. He just they put him in development, said he was hurt, put him on the practice squad all last year, and so we could probably see him. We'll get to see him a lot here coming up with OTAs and of course training camp and preseason, and we'll see where he's at. I understand if we go to make a trade for a solid running back, but I say stick to what we got, because if we're going to make a trade right now, and if we have to make a trade, I just want another edge rusher. It just makes sense. Our defense, we have done a lot of work in this offseason to our defense. We have done a lot of fucking work, man. So we've done a lot of work. But there's still, to me, I'm not seeing that real game destroyer like we had with Micah Parsons. So that's why I have been pushing for the Max Crosby thing since last October or November. And I'm still pushing for it. Cowboys still got a first and second round pick, man, next year. So to go for him. But a lot of people tell me it's hopeless. Until the trade deadline, I'm not calling anything hopeless, man. So I'm just not. So I'm going to stay on that, because I would rather have that game destroyer as my edge rusher. And I'm not taking nothing away from Gary, okay? I'm not taking nothing away from Rashawn Gary. He's a solid football player, a hell of a run stopper. Quinton Williams can basically do it all. Kenny Clark is a hell of a nose tackle. I think I still believe in Ezaraku coming up, but he's still going to his second year. And as Ezaraku had 16 sacks his last year in college, he got 2 as a pro. Now I know when you're coming into the pros and if you're a rookie and you land about the reality would be probably about 4 sacks, 6 if you're really good. So, Parsons, he was generational. He came in and got 15. So that's things that just doesn't happen. Okay, so realistically, I would like to see Ezaraku did start playing some really good football towards the end of the season. He put up a lot of pressure. I look for him to be even better this year. Even if it means that we can go and look at Jadeveon Clowney, like I said before, bring him back as he's a free agent. I just want that somebody on the outside that's proven, that's got that game wrecking mentality. And to me, I would have loved to have had a shot at Max Crosby, man. So Clowney would be great. Would be awesome. It would help. But that would tell me then, I guess we ain't going to have a shot at Crosby. But I'm staying on it because it was damn near a done deal. Cowboys offered a first and second round pick, and they sat on the Raiders sat on that for about 3 days. So the Ravens stepped in and said they were going to give 2 first round picks, and then we all know what happened, man. So then all of a sudden it just it all was backed out of, and I've been pushing for it ever since. But if we're going to make a trade, I think that makes more sense. Because for one, the Cowboys are a passing football team. We're a passing team. And when we run the ball, it's like everything's working off the pass, not the run. Now, you all know me. I'm all about run the damn ball. I'm in with West Coast Cowboys online scouts. I'm sorry, in our group scouts. And we all praise about running the damn ball. We got hats, we got shirts, we say it just about every damn time we're on a live. Run the damn ball. And Cowboys ran the ball pretty good last year. You can't say they didn't. They were coming into the season as with a 1-2 punch with Javon Williams and Sanders, and it just didn't. Sanders, I thought they were doing okay. I just ain't never forgave Sanders for fumbling that goddamn ball against Philadelphia in the first game. So, yeah, that's where Sanders pissed me off. So I'm not even gonna lie. But all in all, when he was playing some good football. He got some touchdowns. He had some long runs. He had some important runs. He was picking up some blitzes. He just wasn't doing the work that I keep saying Jadeveon. I'll get it out that Williams was doing, man. So Javonte Williams, my God, when you're talking Jadeveon Clowney, Javonte Williams, it just you get tongue tied. And right now, I need a drink. So anyway, he just wasn't doing that kind of job, and Javonte stepped in and just had an amazing season. He really did, and he was only carrying the ball, I think, on an average like 12 to 15 times a game. So that's why we're needing somebody to step in, whether it's going to be committee, to try to cover for those other 6 or 7 rushes that we're going to do. I don't see the Cowboys really rushing the ball over 20, maybe 22, 23 times a game. To me, that I would love that. I remember when Zeke was here, I was always wanting him to have the ball at least 20, 25 times, and it all was good when he had that ball that many times. But now we put the ball into our quarterback's hands and we sling the ball over the field. Why wouldn't we? We got 2 dynamic receivers. We have a third one coming up. And we have, and we've picked up a few. We picked up one in the off season. I don't know if Valdez Scanling is really going to pan out, but we'll see. But anyway, we got Turpin, we got Flornay, we got also obviously Pickens and Lamb, and we haven't even used Jonathan Mingo yet. And we've got a kid coming that was in the practice squad last year that we picked up late in, I think it was like 7th round pick last year, and that's Trey Holding, man. So we've got some receivers. So that's why we sling the ball. Not to mention our tight ends. We got, which is, I'm hoping to see this Trigg kid really step up and play some football, man. I've seen the highlights on him. The kid out of Baylor, yeah, he looks really solid. So I'm ready to see him play. I think we got a gem there, undrafted free agent. We'll see if he makes the team. I think we need to move on from Schoonamaker, man. So. And that's why we don't run the ball as much as we should. It's like everything runs off the pass instead of the run, which is the smart. If you're going to play physical football, you want to run the damn ball and work everything off the pass and play action, and everything opens up. But the Cowboys are a throwing team. I mean, when you run the ball like 15 times and you're throwing the ball 40, a lot of times we're throwing the ball like that because we're busy trying to catch up. So, and hopefully we can put a stop to that shit this year and have a defense that can keep us in games. And because our offense, it averaged 402 yards a game last year, 30 points a game last year, man. I mean, shit. So that's something to build on. But I would rather stay with our running backs that we got right now. But don't get me wrong. If we can get an Alvin Kamara and it doesn't kill us, go for it. But I just think if we're going to make a high stakes trade, I want that destroyer on the outside, man. I just think it makes sense. And so also there's some rumors going on. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it much, but the George Pickens signed their tag, and then he's got teams that's lined up ready to talk to him. I don't know, but as far as I know, it's a non-exclusive tag, and which means I think he can talk to other teams, but they would have to. Cowboys would get a chance to match their offer, and if not, then they get 2 first-round draft picks. So I don't see that happening, man, to be honest. So we'll see. I like I said, I'm pretty sure. Well, obviously Pickens is signed on the tag. He's going to play on the tag this year, and I just don't see him moving on from him, not yet, anyway. So I'm not going to sit here and say that this may not be the last year we have George Pickens, because it absolutely could be. But I just wanted to discuss about this running back room for a minute and say, obviously we don't want Javonte Williams to go down. That would be a nightmare. But we sling the ball all over the field anyway. So I think somebody like Malik Davis and maybe Phil Maffa, or maybe if we make this, it depends on what it's going to take to trade for Alvin Kamara. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Spartan's all for it, and I get it, because that'd be like having a running back / receiver, especially somebody who can really do something when he gets the ball in his hand in open space. And so I could go for that as having our running back number 2, but I just wouldn't want to trade away everything we got coming, anything we got coming for next year, unless we're trading for something big. And getting that warrior on the outside would make more sense to me. And I know that Christian Parker, he wants Crosby, and Jerry damn sure wants Crosby. I've said it before, because he wants to rub it in the media's face what he got out of Micah Parsons. That's just facts. He would love to rub that in, because he's been called stupid and geriatric and everything else. And like I've said, since the Netflix series came out, I just see something different in Jerry. He's doing things that he don't do. Like, for instance, he doesn't really like to use to go after the running back. He really doesn't. I think when Zeke signed that contract, I think it kind of put a bad taste in his mouth about it. But they don't really go after one of the senses Zeke to want to get serious about getting a top running back. So, but this year, the first thing he did was sign Javonte Williams to an extension. That's the first thing he did. That started everything this year. Next thing he did, he franchise tagged George Pickens. And then it was on. He started restructuring player after player after player. He ended up going after a new coaching staff. He got, a new defensive coaching staff. And then it was player after player restructures, and it was he got busy on day one on free agent frenzy, and that just never happens, man. It just don't happen. It don't happen. So maybe he wants him.
I want me some glory hole.
Maybe he wants some glory hole. So I've seen. I'll keep saying I keep seeing something different. It just feels different that the way he does business. But some of the things are still the same, man. And I ain't gonna lie. Some of the things it probably would have made more sense if he would have extended George Pickens, maybe last year. But they come with this thing that Pickens is this problem child, and because I guess Tomlin, he's like a no nonsense guy, but then they settled for DK Metcalf, and didn't he go up didn't he punch a fan, man?
Oh hell no!
Didn't he punch a fan? I ain't seen George Pickens do that. George Pickens gets into it on the field with other players. I ain't seen him have no off the field antics. It's on the field antics I've seen him do. So that gave him the bad taste. And of course, there was the big deal about him being late. Let's cut it right. It's him and CD Lamb were late coming to a meeting, and it cost them getting benched in the first series of a game. And the media went crazy, like it was all George Pickens. No, it was the combination of the two that did it. They were out all night together doing God knows what, but I got a pretty good idea. But it is what it is, and he got benched, and idiots like Skip Bayless wants to rub that out and talk so much shit. So it just I signing just signing. I don't think he would be here more than a couple years anyway, because here's the thing. When you're not drafted by the Dallas Cowboys, you're usually not going to be around all your career, man, and that's just a fact. CeeDee Lamb got his big contract. He was also drafted in the first round by the Cowboys. Dak Prescott got his big contract. He was also drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. All the players that got their big contracts, they were all pretty much all drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. There was the Mari Cooper thing. We traded for him, brought him in, gave him an extension, and we only had him for a couple years, and then we traded him away for a bag of chips and a peanut. So if you're not drafted by the Cowboys, normally you're not going to get that big long extended contract. You'll get one, but they'll figure out a way to trade you, man. So or cut you. They cut Cooper, and I just couldn't believe they did that. But they didn't cut him. They traded him for 2 5th-round picks. I think one of them ended up being Deron Bland that they made that they drafted. But there's another one there. I'm kind of I don't know what to say about that right now. I'm just I'm just not going to say nothing until I see him. I don't know what to say about that right now. I really don't. Whether he's going to be hurt or if he's going to play or if he's just going I mean, he's out there playing, just being a big piece of shit. I mean, I'm over it. He got a big contract. Trying on paper with his contract says he's the best corner we got, but I think we just picked that up from Kobe Durant, man. So, but anyway, that's here nor there. I wanted to come on and talk about these running backs right now. Do I feel extremely comfortable if Williams goes down? No, I don't. But I still say we are a passing team, and I don't like being a passing team. I really don't. I absolutely don't. I would love to run the ball. The things that hits me is like you take Dak Prescott. When the Cowboys run the ball in the playoffs, Dak's 2-0. 2-0. When they don't run the ball and he's like the second leading rusher on the team, 0-3. There's your facts. When you're giving up 160 yards of rushing and expect to win when the offense can't get on the field, man, it's a nightmare. But that's neither here nor there. I say it's hard to say what I really like to do, but I think I would just want to see what we've got in what we've got now, and give him a chance, because we still got Israel that we traded for last year. Who's supposed to be have the mold of a running back that like what I'm going to use Schotty's dad as Martin Schottenheimer would Marty Schottenheimer would want. He'd want a back like Javonte Williams, also a back like a Phil Maffa. Now, me, I'm the fan of the Thunder and Lightning, so that's why I was ecstatic to see what Jadon Blue could do, and because of that speed. But I wasn't impressed with his vision. I damn sure wasn't impressed with breaking tackles in the NFL. If you can't break tackles, you can't be a running back. It's that simple. If you cannot get to the second level, then you're just not going. There's just nothing. You're just not going to make it. I mean, I get it. It's hard to do that. But there's some of these tackles I seen him suffer last year. It's like somebody just blowed on him, man, and he just fell. I mean, he just didn't. I just didn't see it. So hopefully we see something better this year. But last year I was all on the Javon Blue train. I was like, Jaden Blue train. I was all like, yeah, these guys are telling me all these stories, and I'm listening, and because they're the ones that's going to Texas, the one living in Texas, or they're going to Texas University. I'm talking to these guys.
Denied.
Didn't work. So I would say let's take a look at what we got, because if you go and get even a free agent running back right now, what are you going to get? You're going to get Chubb, Hunt, guys well past their prime. You got young guys now, probably be hungry as hell, and that's why I'd really want to trust that. I don't know. Then it's such a slippery slope. I mean, but I'd still say stick with what we got. Stick with what we got for now, because obviously if Javonte stays healthy, there's just no. He's just going to be. He's not going to be your bell cow back. He will give you 12 to 15 carries a game, and they'll be productive. And he's also he picks up the blitzes. Now he's a solid back, and I just want to see guys like Phil Maffa play. I want to see that Israel. I can't pronounce his goddamn last name. I want to see him play. I want to see this new kid we just picked up out of Johnson, is that his name, or from Tulsa? Yeah, I want to see this kid play. I've seen the highlights on him. He looks good. So we got this kid. I forgot about him. So I want to see what we've got to offer. Running backs, the most successful ones are usually the ones you don't see coming. I mean, when you're a top pick like a Jeremiah Love, you're seen coming. we're also, if you're Ezekiel Elliott, they see you coming. Derrick Henry, they see you coming. When you're a first round pick, and that's another thing about Price coming from Notre Dame, I think he'll be pretty solid, man. So when you're a first round pick and running back, they see you coming. But a lot of times when there's a lot of backs that play that you don't see coming. So I'm ready to see what young backs we got and let them go to work. Malik Davis, he's been a Cowboy basically for 4 years, even though when Miles Sanders went down, they brought him in. I don't know, he was bagging groceries or something, but they brought him in and he put him back in there. But the thing is, he knew the offense because he's been, like I say, he'd been with the Cowboys for a few years, so he knew the offense. They brought him in and he does some good work. So now he's got a shot at being RB2 this year, along with Maffa and Blue, and whoever. Somebody's got to step up and be RB2 because we know who RB1 is. And but rumor is we're looking at Alvin Kamara. I haven't really looked too much at. I'm just reading it right here on Bleacher Report and go from there. This has just come out, so we'll have to take a look. So, with that being said, I'm going to sign off and say, Cowboys, let's just take a look at what we got for now. And I'm just telling the nation, if we're going to make a big trade, let's go after that Warrior, man. Let's go after that game record. That game record. Because I'm really not sold on our pass rush right yet. It's like we gave up, we concentrated on stopping the run, which is important. I'm not saying it's not. It's very important. But don't forget about edge rush, man. Don't ever forget about edge rush. We have had guys like DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons the last few years. Hell, and I know we're probably hoping that Sam Williams can go back to being the Sam Williams he was a few years ago, but he pretty much he got to ride the coattails of Parsons and Lawrence. So I wasn't impressed with what he gave us last year, but the Cowboys did give him a 1-year deal, the show me deal. So we'll have to see how Slam does. So we'll see. But I'm still, I want that Warrior on the outside. I really do. So anyway, it's Warrior for me. It's edge rusher for me, not really running back. So and I'm probably going to be attacked a little bit, but I'm just going to stick to my guns. This is how I feel right now. I liked some of the things I saw from Phil Maffa. In that last game, Blue did show some signs. Malik Davis showed some real good signs last year. So what little playing time he got. So, and I just say we just got to take a look at it and go from there. But if they trade for Kamara, I just want to see what he can bring. But obviously, if he'll be the perfect fit, to be honest, because we are a throwing football team. But with that being said, you know what it is. We still them boys. Y'all have a good one.